Turmeric has become a superstar in the world of natural health. People over 60 are adding it to teas, smoothies, and even popping it in supplement form. And for good reason. Turmeric can reduce inflammation, support brain health, and ease joint pain. But what if we told you that mixing turmeric with the wrong foods could turn this golden spice into a serious health risk? That's right. Today, we're uncovering 3 common foods that should never be eaten with turmeric, especially for seniors. Stick around, because avoiding this dangerous mix could save you from digestion problems, bleeding risks, and even long-term organ damage. The power of turmeric. Why seniors love it and what makes it so unique. Turmeric is not just a bright yellow powder you find in curry. It's been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, and now, modern science is catching up. For seniors especially, turmeric is often seen as a natural way to deal with many age-related health issues. What makes turmeric powerful is a compound called curcumin. Curcumin has strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. That means it can help reduce swelling in the joints, lower the chances of memory loss, and even help with heart health. Many seniors turn to turmeric because they want a natural alternative to pain medication or drugs for chronic inflammation. And the research backs this up. Several studies show that curcumin can help with arthritis symptoms, making it easier to move without pain. It also supports the brain by boosting levels of BDNF, a hormone that helps nerve cells grow and survive. Low levels of BDNF are linked to memory problems, so keeping it up is especially important as we age. But turmeric isn't a magic pill. To work properly in the body, curcumin needs help. On its own, it doesn't absorb well in the bloodstream. That's why people often mix it with black pepper, which contains piperine. Piperine can increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. This simple combo can make a big difference in how well turmeric works. Another key point is that turmeric helps lower oxidative stress. As we get older, our bodies build up damage from free radicals, tiny unstable molecules that hurt our cells. Turmeric helps neutralize these molecules and protect our tissues from aging too fast. That's one reason people say turmeric helps them feel younger, more energized, and even improves their skin. Turmeric also supports the liver, which is critical for seniors who take multiple medications. The liver is like the body's filter. It clears out toxins and breaks down medicine. Turmeric helps the liver work more efficiently, which means fewer side effects from drugs and less strain on the body. However, this benefit can become a danger if turmeric is taken with certain foods or medications. That's why we need to understand what not to combine turmeric with. Even something as healthy as turmeric can cause harm if it's taken the wrong way or with the wrong foods. It's also important to point out that some supplements may have very high doses of curcumin. While that might sound like a good thing, it can sometimes stress the kidneys, especially if a person already has kidney issues. That's why it's better to use turmeric in food form or low-dose supplements, unless your doctor says otherwise. Another thing to know is turmeric can act as a mild blood thinner. For some people, that's helpful, especially for lowering blood pressure or preventing clots. But for others, especially those taking medications like aspirin, warfarin, or clopidogrel, this can increase the risk of bleeding. That's another reason why we need to pay close attention to what turmeric is combined with. It's not about stopping turmeric use altogether. It's about being smart and knowing what's safe. Many seniors benefit from turmeric tea, golden milk, or capsules. But adding it to certain meals, like those with high oxalate vegetables, dairy, or other blood-thinning foods, can cause more harm than good. Turmeric's power is real, and that's exactly why it needs to be respected. Using it the right way can bring many benefits, from better mobility to clearer thinking. But using it without knowledge can lead to hidden dangers. In the next part, we'll start breaking down the foods you should never combine with turmeric. These aren't rare or exotic items, they're everyday things found in most kitchens. Knowing what to avoid is just as important as knowing what to take. And for seniors especially, making smart food choices can be the key to longer, healthier living. Let's dive in and uncover the first major food you should never eat with turmeric. The hidden danger of mixing turmeric with high oxalate foods. Turmeric on its own can be a powerful ally for health, especially for seniors dealing with pain, swelling, or memory issues. But when it's combined with the wrong types of food, it can cause problems that most people don't even think about. One of the biggest dangers comes when turmeric is eaten with foods that are high in oxalates. Oxalates are natural substances found in many healthy foods like spinach, beets, sweet potatoes, rhubarb, and even some nuts and seeds. While these foods can be good for you in the right amounts, they can cause harm when mixed with turmeric, especially if you're eating them often or already have issues with your kidneys. The problem is that both turmeric and high oxalate foods contain compounds that can lead to the formation of kidney stones. When oxalates build up in the body and bind with calcium, they form hard crystals. Over time, these crystals can grow into kidney stones, which are not only painful but also dangerous if left untreated. Turmeric contains a moderate amount of oxalates itself. When it's mixed with other high oxalate foods, the total oxalate load increases sharply. This can overwhelm the kidneys and make it harder for your body to filter out waste. Seniors are already at a higher risk for kidney issues due to age-related decline in kidney function, so this combination can be especially harmful. If you've ever had a kidney stone, or if your doctor has told you to avoid high oxalate foods, then turmeric with spinach or beet smoothies might not be as healthy as they seem. There are even studies that warn about this risk. Research shows that people who consume turmeric regularly, especially in supplement form, may see a spike in urinary oxalate levels. This means more oxalates pass through the kidneys, which can lead to stone formation over time. If you're someone who already drinks green smoothies with leafy vegetables, or eats a lot of sweet potatoes, and then adds turmeric on top, you may be pushing your kidneys harder than you realize. And because the damage doesn't happen overnight, many people don't notice a problem until it's too late. They may suddenly feel pain in the lower back, nausea, or a burning feeling when they go to the bathroom, all signs of kidney stones forming or moving. One way to avoid this issue is to keep track of how often you're eating oxalate-rich foods and balance your meals. If you want to use turmeric for its health benefits, try not to pair it with high oxalate foods in the same meal. For example, instead of adding turmeric to a spinach or beet salad, use it in a soup or with low oxalate vegetables like cauliflower, cabbage, or zucchini. Also, cooking high oxalate vegetables can lower their oxalate content. Boiling or steaming them and then draining the water helps reduce the load. And if you're taking turmeric supplements, always read the label. Some brands may have concentrated levels of curcumin that increase your oxalate intake more than you think. In these cases, it's better to stick with turmeric in food form, where the dose is more controlled and easier on the kidneys. Another helpful habit is drinking more water. Staying well hydrated helps flush oxalates out of the body before they can form crystals. Seniors sometimes forget to drink enough water, especially in colder seasons, but this one small step can make a big difference in kidney health. You might also talk to your doctor about getting a urine test to check for high oxalate levels, especially if you've had kidney stones before. This simple test can help guide you on what foods to avoid and how much turmeric is safe for you to use. In short, turmeric and high oxalate foods may seem healthy on their own, but together they can stress the kidneys and raise your risk of stones. Seniors need to be extra cautious because aging kidneys have a harder time handling this type of load. It's all about making smart choices, knowing when to use turmeric and when to hold back. The goal is not to scare anyone away from healthy foods, but to give clear information that helps people feel better and stay safe. There's a way to use turmeric wisely, and it starts by avoiding harmful combinations like this one. Up next, we'll look at another common food group that doesn't mix well with turmeric, and it's probably something you're eating almost every day without even thinking about it. Why you should never combine turmeric with dairy products. Many people enjoy adding turmeric to a warm glass of milk at night, calling it golden milk. Others sprinkle it on cheese dishes or mix it into yogurt smoothies thinking it's a healthy choice. But when turmeric is combined with dairy, especially milk, cream, and cheese, the health benefits of turmeric can be weakened, and for some seniors, this combo might actually cause digestive problems and interfere with how the body absorbs important nutrients. Turmeric needs a certain type of environment to work well in the body. It's fat-soluble, which means it needs fat to be absorbed properly. But not all fats are equal, and dairy fats, especially from cow's milk, can actually block some of the key benefits of turmeric from getting into your system. That means you might be taking turmeric every day but still not getting any of the anti-inflammatory or antioxidant effects you're hoping for. Another issue with dairy is that it contains proteins like casein and whey. These proteins can bind with the curcumin in turmeric, making it harder for the body to absorb. This is especially true in milk-based drinks or when turmeric is added to cheesy or creamy meals. Instead of working with turmeric to heal the body, dairy can actually act like a roadblock, slowing down or stopping its benefits. And for people over 60, the body becomes more sensitive to these kinds of issues. As we age, digestion naturally slows down. Enzymes that help break down dairy decrease, especially lactase, the enzyme that breaks down lactose, the sugar found in milk. Many seniors already have mild lactose intolerance without realizing it, and combining dairy with turmeric can worsen symptoms like bloating, gas, or cramps. In fact, studies have shown that the bioavailability, or how well a substance is absorbed, of curcumin goes down when it's mixed with casein, the main protein in milk. This doesn't mean that every tiny bit of dairy cancels out turmeric, but if you're using them together regularly, you may be wasting your efforts. Some people may also develop mild inflammation from dairy. Even though dairy is often thought of as a source of calcium and protein, in some older adults it can increase mucus production, joint pain, or sinus congestion. When combined with turmeric, which is supposed to reduce inflammation, this creates a conflicting effect in the body. One is trying to heal, while the other is quietly triggering discomfort, something most people don't even connect to what they ate. It's also important to think about timing. If you drink milk or eat cheese close to when you take turmeric supplements, it might interfere with how your body handles the turmeric. Even if you're not having them in the same dish, dairy still lingers in your system. It coats the stomach and slows digestion, which can stop the curcumin from being absorbed into your bloodstream. To avoid this, wait at least a couple of hours between having any dairy and consuming turmeric or curcumin. And if you're making a turmeric drink, try using plant-based milks like almond, oat, or coconut milk instead. These don't have casein or whey, and many of them contain healthy fats that actually help boost curcumin absorption instead of blocking it. Another point to consider is that turmeric already has a strong taste, and when it's mixed with dairy, especially low-fat or processed dairy, the flavor can change in a way that makes people want to add sugar or sweeteners. This adds another problem. Too much sugar, especially in older adults, can lead to spikes in blood sugar, increased inflammation, and weight gain. So even if the turmeric and dairy combo doesn't cause digestive issues for you, it might tempt you into adding sweeteners that counteract the anti-inflammatory effects of turmeric. That's why a lot of health experts recommend using turmeric in savory dishes or pairing it with fats that are actually helpful, like olive oil, avocado, or coconut oil. These healthy fats don't interfere with curcumin and may even help the body make better use of it. If you're currently adding turmeric to dairy without any noticeable side effects, it doesn't mean you're safe in the long run. A slow buildup of poor absorption or minor inflammation might not be obvious at first, but it can lead to bigger health concerns over time, especially for seniors with weaker digestive systems or already struggling with joint pain, memory fog, or blood sugar swings. The good news is you don't need to stop using turmeric altogether. You just need to rethink how and when you use it. Switching to dairy-free options and making sure you're combining turmeric with the right ingredients can give your body the best chance to enjoy all the benefits this spice has to offer. How turmeric and blood-thinning foods can create a risky combination. Turmeric is known for its anti-inflammatory power, but what many seniors don't realize is that it also acts as a natural blood thinner. This effect can be helpful in some situations, like lowering the risk of blood clots or improving circulation, but it can become dangerous when turmeric is combined with other foods or supplements that have similar blood-thinning effects. These combinations can increase the risk of bruising, internal bleeding, or slow healing after injuries or surgery. For people over the age of 60, this is a serious concern, especially if they're already taking medications like aspirin, warfarin, or blood pressure pills that affect how the blood clots. Mixing turmeric with other natural blood thinners can push the body too far, leading to health issues that are hard to detect until they become emergencies. Some of the most common foods that thin the blood include garlic, ginger, ginkgo biloba, and even green tea. On their own, these foods can be healthy. They help improve heart health, reduce inflammation, and boost circulation. But when combined with turmeric, their blood-thinning effects can add up. Seniors who are eating meals with lots of garlic, sipping green tea all day, or taking herbal supplements that include ginseng or ginkgo may be unknowingly putting themselves at risk when they also add turmeric to the mix. The body has a limit on how thin the blood can get before it becomes dangerous. If the blood is too thin, small cuts can bleed for a long time, bruises can appear more often, and wounds may take longer to heal. For seniors with balance issues or frail skin, this can quickly become a daily problem. There's also the issue of hidden ingredients in supplements. Many turmeric capsules or powders are sold with added ingredients like black pepper or other herbs meant to boost absorption or support health. But sometimes these blends include other blood-thinning compounds, and they're not always clearly labeled. This can create a situation where a person thinks they're only taking turmeric, but they're actually getting a mix of things that all lower blood clotting ability. The danger becomes even greater when you factor in common over-the-counter medications like ibuprofen, naproxen, or fish oil, which also thin the blood. Taking these regularly, along with turmeric and certain foods, can silently increase bleeding risk without any warning signs. Doctors have even noted that some people experience nosebleeds, bleeding gums, or darker stool as a sign that their blood is too thin. These symptoms are often ignored or mistaken for minor issues, especially by seniors who are used to occasional health problems. But they can be early signs that the body is struggling to keep the blood at a safe level. For people scheduled for surgery or dental work, this risk becomes even more serious. Many doctors now recommend stopping turmeric or any supplement that might thin the blood at least 2 weeks before any medical procedure. Seniors who don't know about this may continue taking turmeric thinking it's helping their joints or memory, not knowing it could increase bleeding during or after surgery. To stay safe, it's important to keep track of everything you're consuming, not just medications, but foods and herbs as well. If you're drinking ginger tea every night, sprinkling turmeric on meals, and taking fish oil or garlic pills, you may be overdoing it without meaning to. The solution isn't to stop eating healthy foods, but to space them out and talk to your doctor about what's safe. In some cases, just reducing the amount or changing the timing can lower the risk. For example, if you like garlic, you might choose to have it with lunch and save your turmeric for dinner. This gives your body time to handle each item without overwhelming your system all at once. Also, if you're taking a blood thinner medication, always let your doctor or pharmacist know you're using turmeric or curcumin. They may adjust your dose or recommend a different schedule to make sure everything works together safely. Some doctors even suggest regular blood tests to check clotting times, especially if you're taking supplements and medications that affect blood thickness. Staying informed and being cautious doesn't mean giving up the benefits of turmeric. It means using it wisely and making sure your health decisions are based on the full picture, not just one part of it. Turmeric can still be part of a senior's daily health routine, but not without understanding its interactions. Combining it with too many blood-thinning foods, supplements, or medications is one of the most overlooked risks. And because seniors are often managing multiple health issues at once, being aware of these interactions can help prevent accidents, emergency room visits, and long recovery times. In the next part, we'll explore something that many people forget to consider: when turmeric isn't safe at all, no matter what it's paired with. Who should avoid turmeric altogether? Medical conditions and medications. Turmeric is often praised as a safe and natural remedy, especially for seniors looking to reduce inflammation or support their memory. But despite all the good it can do, there are some people who should not be taking turmeric at all. For certain health conditions and medications, turmeric can actually make things worse, not better. This is something many seniors don't realize because turmeric is sold as a spice or a supplement, not a drug. But the truth is, turmeric can have powerful effects on the body, and in some cases, those effects can be harmful. If you're managing chronic health problems, it's important to know if turmeric is safe for you, or if it's something you should avoid completely. One group of people who should be very careful with turmeric are those with gallbladder issues. Turmeric can cause the gallbladder to contract, which might sound helpful, but if you have gallstones or a blocked bile duct, it can lead to sharp pain or even a medical emergency. Seniors are more likely to have gallbladder problems, and many don't know they have them until something triggers a flare-up. Turmeric supplements, especially when taken in high doses, can cause the gallbladder to squeeze too hard, making things worse instead of better. That's why anyone with a history of gallstones or gallbladder disease should talk to a doctor before taking turmeric in any form. Another group that needs to be cautious are people with liver problems. While turmeric is sometimes said to support liver health, large doses or long-term use can actually put stress on the liver. This is especially risky for people who already have liver disease, fatty liver, or are taking medications that the liver has to process. Seniors often take multiple prescriptions, and the liver is responsible for breaking them all down. Adding turmeric into the mix may overload the liver and interfere with how these drugs work. Some reports have even linked high-dose turmeric supplements to liver damage, especially when mixed with other herbs or medications. The signs of liver trouble, like fatigue, yellowing skin, or dark urine, can be subtle, so it's better to be safe and check with your doctor first. People with bleeding disorders or who are taking blood-thinning medication should also avoid turmeric unless a doctor says it's okay. As we covered earlier, turmeric naturally thins the blood. If your blood is already thin because of medication or a condition like hemophilia, adding turmeric to your routine can raise your risk of internal bleeding. This can include nosebleeds, slow healing, or bruises that appear without any injury. For older adults who may already have delicate skin or fall more often, the danger becomes even greater. Even common medications like aspirin, warfarin, and clopidogrel can interact badly with turmeric. If you take any of these, it's important to bring it up with your healthcare provider before adding turmeric to your meals or supplement list. Diabetics should also be careful with turmeric. Curcumin, the main compound in turmeric, can lower blood sugar levels. That sounds like a good thing, but if you're already taking insulin or other diabetes medications, adding turmeric can cause your blood sugar to drop too low. This condition, called hypoglycemia, can cause dizziness, confusion, sweating, and even fainting. For seniors, those symptoms can lead to serious injuries from falls or accidents. If you have diabetes and are thinking about using turmeric regularly, especially in concentrated forms, your doctor may need to adjust your medications to keep your levels safe. Another issue is with people who have iron deficiency. Turmeric may interfere with how the body absorbs iron from food. This isn't a big problem for most people, but for seniors who are already low in iron or are borderline anemic, it could make things worse over time. Symptoms of low iron include fatigue, weakness, pale skin, and shortness of breath. If you've ever been told you have low iron or low hemoglobin levels, it might be best to avoid turmeric until your iron levels improve or a doctor gives you the okay. It's also worth noting that turmeric supplements often come in high concentrations, which makes the risk of interaction stronger than when it's used as a spice in food. Lastly, anyone undergoing surgery should stop taking turmeric at least 2 weeks before the procedure. Because it can thin the blood and affect healing, turmeric may increase the risk of bleeding during and after surgery. Some hospitals even ask patients about supplement use before operations, and turmeric is one of the ones they recommend stopping ahead of time. If you forget to mention it, your surgical team might not know, which could lead to complications. For seniors who may need surgeries more often due to age-related health issues like hip or knee replacements, this is a crucial point to remember. Turmeric can offer real health benefits, but it's not right for everyone. Seniors dealing with gallbladder disease, liver issues, bleeding disorders, diabetes, or iron deficiency need to be especially cautious. The same goes for anyone about to have surgery or already taking several medications. It's easy to assume that something natural is automatically safe, but turmeric is a strong plant with strong effects. That means it needs to be used with care and only when it's the right fit for your body and your health situation. In our final section, we'll go over the best and safest ways for seniors to use turmeric so you can still get the benefits without putting yourself at risk. Safe ways to use turmeric for maximum benefit without side effects. Turmeric can be a helpful tool for seniors who want to stay healthy and feel better without always turning to medication. But as we've learned, it needs to be used the right way. The goal is to get all of the health benefits turmeric offers: less pain, better memory, lower inflammation, without triggering unwanted side effects. The good news is that there are safe, simple ways to enjoy turmeric that can help most people, even those with health conditions. It starts with choosing the right form, using the right amount, and pairing it with the right ingredients. Turmeric can be taken as a spice, a tea, or in capsule form. Each method has its place, But not all are created equal when it comes to safety and effectiveness. For many seniors, the easiest and safest way to start using turmeric is by cooking with it. Adding turmeric to soups, stews, and roasted vegetables gives the body a small but steady amount of curcumin. This makes it less likely to cause side effects and more likely to build up health benefits over time. It's also easier to control how much you're getting when turmeric is part of a meal. A small pinch added to food daily can do more good than a large dose taken all at once. Cooking turmeric with a healthy fat, like olive oil or coconut oil, helps your body absorb it better. That's because curcumin is fat-soluble, which means it needs fat to move through the digestive system and reach your bloodstream. Without fat, a lot of the curcumin just passes through the body without being used. Another helpful tip is to add black pepper when using turmeric. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, which helps the body absorb curcumin. In fact, studies show that piperine can boost the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. That's why many turmeric teas and supplements include both ingredients together. If you're making turmeric tea at home, try adding a small pinch of black pepper and a teaspoon of coconut oil or almond milk to make it more effective. This kind of turmeric tea can be enjoyed once a day and is gentle on the stomach. For people who want something warm and soothing at night, this can also help with sleep and joint comfort. If you prefer supplements, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, always check the label for dosage. Many supplements contain high amounts of curcumin, far more than what you'd get from food. While this can be helpful in short-term cases like an injury or flare-up of joint pain, it's not always safe for daily use. Seniors should start with the lowest effective dose and see how their body reacts. If you're taking medications or have any of the health conditions mentioned earlier, talk to your doctor before starting a supplement. Look for products that list curcumin with piperine or say bioavailable on the label, which means your body can absorb it better. Avoid supplements with lots of added herbs or mystery blends, as these can interact with your medications or cause side effects. Turmeric can also be used topically for certain types of pain or skin issues. Some people use turmeric creams or pastes for joint pain or inflammation on the skin. While the science is still growing in this area, many seniors say they feel relief from rubbing turmeric-based ointments into sore areas. If you want to try this method, look for products made specifically for the skin, not ones meant to be eaten. Raw turmeric or powdered spice can stain the skin and clothes and may cause irritation if used the wrong way. Always test a small area first to make sure you don't have a reaction. Drinking enough water is also a key part of using turmeric safely. As turmeric can affect the liver and kidneys, staying hydrated helps your body process it more effectively. Seniors often don't drink enough water, which can cause turmeric or any supplement to linger in the system too long. Aim to drink water throughout the day, especially when taking turmeric or other natural remedies. This supports your body's detox systems and helps avoid issues like kidney stones or upset stomach. It's also smart to rotate your turmeric use with other healthy habits. Don't rely on turmeric alone to solve problems like joint pain or memory loss. Instead, think of it as one piece of a bigger picture. Eat a balanced diet, stay active, get regular checkups, and manage stress. When turmeric is part of a healthy lifestyle, it works even better. And by avoiding the foods and conditions that don't mix well with turmeric, as we've covered in this video, you can feel confident that you're using it in the safest, most helpful way possible. Turmeric isn't a cure-all, but it is a valuable tool when used with care. Seniors can benefit from it without risking their health if they pay attention to how it's used, what it's paired with, and what their body needs. Whether you sprinkle it in your soup, sip it in tea, or take a gentle supplement, turmeric has a place in healthy aging. Just remember, less is often more, and knowledge is the key to getting the most from this golden spice.